over a month now, and I still haven't received the parts I need. You can't expect me to have this place up and running if you won't supply me with what I need. There's no point drafting in extra workers. I don't need help. I need parts. I know you're reading this. You can't ignore me. Some of us still have pride, you know. Some of us still care.
I've been on exercises for months now. Training is intense. Nothing like I've seen before. They've not said when we can go home. Might not be for a while. I miss you. Kiss the children for me.
We teach our children that the Helghast are monsters, physically and intellectually crippled by exposure to petricite. We see these red-eyed beings as nothing less than human, but in those same eyes, I see the fire of evolution. I see strength, dexterity, longevity, progress forged by generations of struggle. At a genetic level, the differences are subtle yet sublime, evidence of nature's ability to adapt and prosper against all odds. How tragic, then, that the Helghast genetic advantage should become their Achilles' heel.
I don't know what Massar's intentions are, but she has all the teams working in isolation. We can't talk about our findings. We can't share our results. I have no idea what the goal is. I have no idea what I'm working on, besides the fact that it's Helghast genetic coding. Most people either don't care or are too scared to ask about the project. But bodies are piling up in the morgue. At least, that's what I've heard. No one's allowed to see them. I can hear screaming. I know I'm not losing my mind. In the beginning, they wouldn't even look at us. Treated us like dregs. So we just put our heads down and got on with business. There is no doubt this attitude gained us a lot of respect from the Vectans. But, unfortunately, it's just like you warned, Mother. They will never accept us completely. The harder we work, the more insults they fling. It began as subtle jabs, but then, as they became more comfortable with us, the insults intensified. I can barely contain myself. I think I made a mistake. Please do not tell Father. I still hope one day he will change his mind and cross the wall. No matter what, it is still a better life. Affectionately, your son. I've had to double shifts to keep the reactor online. I've got techs doing menial work. The Helghast that were responsible for the day-to-day ordinary things are gone. No one's really sure why, but the feeling is that they aren't coming back. Say what you like about the Higgs. These guys work hard. They keep to themselves, never talk back, do what they say they will. And I hate to say it, but I'm counting on them more and more. Our boys could learn a lot from their work ethic.
Come on, Blake. Your shift started 10 minutes ago.
Hey, man, you coming to the mess? Yeah, give me a minute. I was just writing home. You complaining again? They're gonna get sick of hearing from you. Things are falling apart, man. I gotta complain to someone or I'll go mental. I don't know, the Higgs, they're starting to keep to themselves. I hear they're planning something. Someone say they saw Higg bodies in the morgue. Everyone is uneasy. I'm worried about the ship. Only thing I'm worried about is missing out on dinner. It's steak tonight. Get your ass in gear. We lost 3 more this morning. Helghast refugees. They came to us looking for a better life. The only thing we gave them was death. I got nothing more to say. I keep telling myself that this is for the better of Vecta. But I know what we're doing is wrong. Look, a life, any life, is precious. I just don't know how much more I can take. It's not up to you. Just keep doing your job. I went to Massar today. I was gonna confront her. When finally I found her, all I could do was just stand there, like a scared idiot. Luckily, she had no idea what I wanted. You're lucky she's so distracted she probably had no idea what you wanted. They're Helghast. Outcasts. They were refugees.
refugees looking for a better life.
They are the enemy.
Whatever it was, she didn't seem to clue in. Thank God.
Yeah, I'd keep my mouth shut if I were you. You wouldn't want to end up like one of those Helghast.
The latest trials were a resounding success. Had the VSA not been so cautious with their outmoded ideas on morality, I would not have had to test it on our Helghast crew. Nevertheless, the results are extremely promising. Now we must redouble our efforts to keep an information blackout between the teams. If they put the pieces together, if they knew what they were bringing into the world, those simpletons would demand my head on a stick. Sometimes I wonder if we're targeting the wrong race.
They're all dead. All of them. There weren't many Helghast on board to begin with. Mostly just cleaners and service crew. But whatever it was, it killed them all. Something got into the ventilation system. Within hours, their flesh, it just started falling off their bones. The humans on board are fine. No side effects, nothing. Now I understand what Massar means by ethnic bullet. No one wants to listen. Nobody wants to talk about it. It's as if their silence will somehow absolve them. Hide the fact that they built a weapon. A genetic bomb more deadly than anything I've ever seen. But I'm no better. I could have stopped her. But I didn't. But maybe I still can.
Adapt or perish. That's what I must do now. Sinclair got what he wanted, and now I'm little more than a loose end. Even the crew are baying for my blood. I saw this coming, of course. Simple minds will always seek to destroy what they don't understand. But I've made my preparations, and I know it needs to be done. Vector's loss will be the Helghast's gain. All that remains is the small matter of the crew. I always knew this next step was inevitable.
Jesus.
Hi, darling. How are you? We're doing pretty well here. As one can expect without you here. It's pretty quiet and lonely at times. Luckily, I've got Catherine around, and she makes up for the lack of noise sometimes, as you know. Talking of which, she's been practicing a song for you all day. So I'm going to her, and then she can sing it to you. Just find her. Catherine! Catherine, Katie! Hey, sweetie, where are you? Come over here. Remember, I told you earlier that we're making this message together. We'd love to hear you sing a special song. So come over here. Sit next to Mommy. I want you now to sit on the floor. Come on then. And just look into this little red light right over here. Yep, that's the one. You'll be having a like birthday, Daddy.
My sweetie.
Shine.
I'll see you real soon.
Sing it, because he misses you just as much as we miss him.
My sweetheart. I miss you. Sound like an angel.
Mom, it's David. I just wanted to say how much I love you. Don't worry about me. I'll be alright.
You ask for freedom, vengeance, then let your heart guide you. Come, Serve your people. Be it peace knowing you follow the path of the righteous. This is war, and those individuals in the VSA building, they are the enemy!
This is Officer Drago. Time is 0700 Standard, District 47. Commencing interrogation of suspect Delta 2985, charged with espionage.
Please. I need a doctor.
I once interrogated a Helghast assault trooper. He was a hard man. Wounded 4 times in battle. Half his face been blown off, eye missing. He was a real mess. Yet none of that stopped him from being one of the most highly decorated warriors we had. As a hero, he thought he was untouchable, able to make his own rules. That perspective brought him to my attention. He is the hardest individual I have ever met.
He lasted exactly 2 minutes and 3 seconds with me. You are not even half the man he was.
I'm not trying to scare you. I am simply stating fact in an attempt to make this easier on both of us.
I've told them everything already. Please, I beg you, don't do this.
Please, just stop. You're humiliating yourself and making me feel sick. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, and I want you to understand this clearly. This is going to be very painful for you.
Wait! I don't know his name.
So, you do have a contact. We're making progress already. Unfortunately, it is too little, too late. Now, let me show you what I did to that trooper that broke him so quickly.
1300 Standard Time. Subject departed her domicile by foot. Trail team followed her to District 34. She met with an unidentified man. Facial recognition is still trying to determine who he is. The meeting lasted approximately 5 minutes. A package was exchanged. Subject then made her way to District 47. Visuals were lost. Acoustic drone recorded a conversation between the subject and a second man. He has been identified as Zeus. Transcript of recording can be accessed on the station server file X-ray 7 Gamma 5. Subject remained at location for approximately 7 hours. Using coercion, Zeus received physical gratification as assurance that she would get further assignments. Subject then returned to her domicile. Surveillance terminated 2100 Standard Time.
My call went straight to voicemail. Where are you? I need to know if you made it to Medicare station in D47. Visari's a hag, but at least she set those stations up. Anyway, call me when you get this. I just, hope you didn't get over to your ex's house again. I told you I won't stand for it. Well, hope.
Control, Reaper 1, Logstat, Container City, status, no contact. Understood. Advance report. Out.
Militia numbers are growing. Black Hand markings are everywhere.
We're wasting our time down here. None of these commoners will talk to us. They bow down to Tyrann now.
If Asari doesn't act soon, we all may be doing that soon.
You see those marks on the wall?
It's the Black Hand. They were never in the district before.
The local militia just joined their ranks. I hear all the districts east of our sector have sworn allegiance. Era Visari is losing control. It's only a matter of time before Tyrann bands all the militia and warlords together.
Fine by me. Let them go across the wall and get killed.
I leave this as testament in the event I do not return. Vector will burn. The oppressors will be dealt with. And I am at peace with it all. For there is honor in what I do. Tyrann has shown us that. Although these times may be dark, victory will bring an age of prosperity and life that all of Helghast deserve. I look forward to the day my children's children will not know what oppression is, and will only be part of a world that will accept them for who they are. Whatever
Whatever may be said, whatever lies may be spread, it is important that you know I did this for you and for the children. In time, history will demonstrate that we were the righteous, and our actions were those of heroes. Listen carefully. This is my last message. I will not be calling again. It's getting dangerous. New members were welcome with no question, but now, security is tightening. Tyrann doesn't even show to most meetings anymore. If you want to join, you need to do it now. I don't know how much longer my word will carry any weight. Contact me when you get this recording.
Shipping manifest 226 Delta. Container Tango Romeo 8008. Carrier Stahl Industries. Materials 10,000 metric tons of galvanized steel. Consignment delivery Planet Helgen. Ten containers an hour are moving through here. That's 50,000 units a week. Someone on Helgen wants a lot of steel. Who's taking delivery? Does it matter? Only one reason for all that steel. What they are doing with it is not my concern. All that matters is I go home to my family. If war comes to us, conscription will be implemented, then it will be your concern. Incident report. Tower malfunction. Emergency call out their system on repair. No other engineers available. Tech ID 72728003. Dispatched. Confirmation mag lock failure. An uncoupling resulting in container breakaway. Container re-enter atmosphere at 0200 standard time. Burn-up occurred shortly after. All contents lost. Impact occurred in unauthorized housing area. No liability. Persons killed, unregistered refugees. File concluded here. Sentry Post 224 Alpha reporting illegal shots fired across the DMZ into New Helgen. Second incident within 2 days. Vecton offensive could be imminent. Requesting additional units. We cannot afford to take any chances. We must be ready for them.
Test results show a marked improvement in structure and composition. Host gestation appears to be working now. The incubation period has dropped by 67%. However, viral stability is still a concern. It is still too weak to survive for long periods of time outside the body. By the time the new batch of subjects arrives from Vecta, we'll have a new viral strain to test. I must petition the Council to take more care of the prisoners. Too many either die in transit or arrive so ill that we can't tell what is killing them, the virus or physical degradation.
The virus is designed to be gene-specific. It was initially engineered to only target the Helgen genome. However, our doctors, with the help of Massar, have been able to adapt the coding to redesign it so it now attacked only Vectons. This has created somewhat of a debate among my colleagues. It seems our genomes are not as different as many Helgens would like to believe. Genetically, we are nearly identical to the Vectons. Even now, after decades of change, it seems we still have much in common.
It was hard to believe sometimes that we were at war. Life seemed to move along as it always did. People went to work, school, were born and died. The day it happened was just like any other day. I came into the office early. I was behind on reports to write, so I needed to catch up. Everyone was in good spirits for once. I got up. I'm not sure why. When I suddenly saw a flash out of the corner of my eye. They say that's what saved my eyesight, that I hadn't been looking straight at it when it went off. It was the heat that I remember, hitting just the one side of my face. I had no idea what happened. No one did. Even when the gravity disappeared, it was like everyone thought it was a prank that would end. I don't remember what happened next. I woke up and I was underneath the floor above. I I saw limbs sticking from underneath rubble. Moans from the dying. There was nothing left. The entire building was gone. Somehow I found my way out. I was so grateful to see the sky. That's when I saw it. The cloud. I still didn't want to believe it. Even now, I don't want to believe that it was the end of our world.
At first I didn't know what it was. But then I realized the clumps of smoldering piles were bodies. From the debris and rubble I could hear the moans. The desperate screams coming from the souls who survived the blast. It seemed to be coming from all around me. People trapped, waiting to die. Then there were the others. People wandering around, dazed, in shock, shuffling around like ghosts. There was one that came toward me, arms outstretched, as if they wanted to embrace me. It wasn't until I got a bit closer that I realized it was a woman. Her hair was melted all the way to her scalp, marked by tiny little spheres where it had balled up when it cooled. I tried to help her with her coat. It was then that I realized it wasn't her coat. It was her skin. Her skin was hanging off her back.
My daughter was getting worse. Her cough. And she had a fever now. I told my wife we had to leave. We'd been hearing this transmission every night. It was telling survivors to make their way to the treatment area outside the city. I don't know why we didn't go straight away. I was scared. Home seemed like the safest place to be. But it was slowly killing us.
The children are tired and hungry. We have to stop often. I've given them all the tiny bits I managed to grab before we had to run off. I tell them that there will be plenty of food and water at the end of our trip. I don't even know where that is. The end. If we make it out of here, if we survive, I'll let them eat anything they want for the rest of their lives. We keep finding the same words spread all over the walls. Everywhere you go, there they are. The same thing, over and over again. I don't know who's doing it, or why. Just 3 words, always the same. Star is alive. Star is alive.
We arrived on the 4th day, exhausted. There was no one, just empty tents, and messages scratched into everything. Debris, rubble, wood. Messages from people to their families saying goodbye, saying sorry, saying that they couldn't wait. It was then that we started running into other groups. Mostly families with small children like ours. People who couldn't travel as fast. We'd missed the evacuation. We had no idea how long, but one family said they'd already been at the camp for over a week. I just hope they haven't abandoned us. I buried Hayla next to the children. After I walked up to the lookout. I wanted to jump, but I couldn't do it. Something stopped me. Something made me go on. I just started walking. All day and all night. I don't know when I passed out. But I woke in the middle of the night. I was surprised the scavengers hadn't found me. They were going around, killing and eating everyone they could find. I guess it was the scream that woke me. It came from the shell of a building. Terrible screaming. I wanted it to stop. I guess that's why I went inside. To shut them up. But instead, I found a woman. She was pregnant. In the middle of giving birth. I could tell she didn't have long to live. She knew it too. She made me promise to take care of the child. I don't know why. I agreed. The baby came quickly. It brought back a flood of memories. The children, when they were born. She held her baby for just a few minutes before she died. Before she did, she told me his name. Tyrion, she said. Vladko Tyrion.
A select few of senior Helghast Command were invited to a tactical demonstration of Stahl's forces. Needless to say, their astonishment was universal. The magnitude and power made anything they had ever witnessed pale in comparison to this display. They left supremely confident that the Vectin fleet would be annihilated in a matter of hours once the invasion occurred.
Deployment of the weapon to the surface has been delayed. We've been assured there will be enough time. We run checks and go through the same drills. Meanwhile, the machines just keep building more machines. They say it's all for our secret commander. The rumor has it that Stahl is alive. It must be the upper decks. They're restricted to everyone. We're still not sure who is permitted up to those areas. I'm in no hurry to find out.